What is going on, guys? Dylan JZ here, and today I'm bringing you another GTA 6 speculation video. And honestly, this is kind of why I believe that Jason is either one, a police officer, or he's somehow setting up Lucia, because the way I just see him in the leaks and also the trailer, I just kind of have a vibe that he's, I don't know, like just not comfortable with this whole thing. Because if you really pay attention to Jason's character, yeah, he's just kind of like going with the flow, and he's not really, he doesn't really seem interested. I feel like Lucia in this whole, I guess, trailer, because if we're gonna go based off like, canon from official footage and stuff, we look at the Rockstar Games actual trailer, he doesn't seem very, I guess, interested. It feels like his character is just kind of going with the flow. You could really notice that when Lucia, she kicks in the door first, he's just kind of trailing around. She just seems more enthusiastic about the whole robbing banks and sticking together ordeal. It just seems interesting that he's actually just acting how he is. You would feel like if they were both actually interested in doing these kind of crimes, he'd be like, oh yeah, let's go, let's do this, do you trust, but I feel like Lucia is the one that's kind of like saying, hey, we gotta stick together, do you trust me, stuff like that. And I just feel it. I feel it in his character. I see it in the dialogue. I know we didn't really get much dialogue, but you can honestly tell that there's something going on with Jason. I think that it could be maybe he's a Fed, maybe. There's a lot of speculation that he actually might be a police officer. And it's funny because I actually looked on the Reddit posting about why, there's some speculation that he actually might be a police officer. And I do know one member actually commented saying the way he was holding the firearm in the trailer really kind of gave away like his exploitation as a police officer, which it's kind of going a little too far, but it does kind of make you laugh, but also wonder in a way, because it is kind of funny to see that, because the way he was holding the firearm, I think there's not really an argument there to be made that that is true, but who knows, man. I think for the most part, we're really not going to know anything until we see anything like official as far as like the characters. I know the trailer didn't really give a whole lot of dialogue. It was more just kind of like a view of the whole city, and they were just kind of showing different vibes and different areas of Vice City and how everything just kind of flows together. I guess it was just kind of showcasing a little bit of everything. I know it's hard to fit everything possible in one trailer and one clip under under 2 minutes. So there's definitely a lot of missing details that we aren't completely seeing. But I do know for a fact it is going to get pretty interesting, because I do know Rockstar listed this trailer as, trailer number 1. So I could only assume there's going to be more trailers down the road, which should be pretty interesting. Maybe we could see a little bit more character dialogue with Jason and Lucia. We kind of get an understanding. I do know the poster did show Lucia with an ankle bracelet. I'll actually show that on the screen. A little bit of, zoom action there. But, it's just kind of weird, because I feel like Lucia in this whole thing, the way I see it, the way I perceive Lucia and Jason is, I believe Lucia is the real troublemaker, and I believe Jason, although he's in love, he's trailing along with Lucia in these crime endeavors. And it should be pretty interesting. But how cool would it be if you were to play a criminal and a police officer at the same time? Like, that would be a pretty interesting story. It would be a pretty interesting story. And I know Rockstar, they usually have some type of twist at the end that kind of spices everything up, but I would like to see this game, I don't know. I'm just kind of like theorizing different things, and I know it's a long wait. A lot of people are kind of like just going over their heads with different ideas and theories, and it's kind of cool. I kind of like it. I like the theories. I like the interesting things that I guess could happen or might be true. But the only thing we can really do is just kind of like focus on what we have currently, which is the trailer. And I truly believe there is some character dialogue there. I think we could learn something as far as like how they just behave with each other, because like I said, I feel Jason is he's more just quiet. He's more just kind of following along, going with the flow. You could really see it in his character if you really pay attention. I feel like Lucia is kind of like trying to be a team leader, and Jason's just kind of like yeah, I'm just whatever you say, you know what I mean? Like, so there is something kind of going on there. Now, I really don't know the whole true story, but we do know that in the trailer, when the trailer actually starts, you can see Lucia in jail, and she's talking to, I guess, a girl named Stephanie. I don't really know who she is exactly, but I do know, I think she works in, the jail. Now, a lot of people are saying if you watch the footage, if you put it in reverse, you could actually see maybe they start off robbing, a bank. She's got money in her hand. They're in a car. They're driving away. And then all of a sudden, like, she's in the jail. Or is it vice versa? Does she start off in a jail, then she gets out on probation? Are they tracking her and then she's off doing like other things? Is Jason helping her? I mean, there's a lot of different things that could be happening. And it's just kind of interesting to see what the actual thing is going to come out to be, because I just feel there's definitely some interesting vibe with the characters if you really pay attention to the trailer. All right, so let me actually go back to the part where I was actually talking about the, I guess, hand placement on the trigger, as far as like, there's speculation that Jason might be an ex-military or a cop. So I'm gonna put some pictures on the screen. You're gonna kind of see what I'm talking about. So there's actually a Reddit post, a subreddit post on this actual kind of speculation theory that the way he's holding the handgun is kind of like a detail sign of his training in the military. I'm gonna just kind of show you just the pictures of how he's holding it first, and then I'm actually gonna show you kind of like a little photograph of the finger placement of the actual gun, or his trigger placement, as far as like where the actual holes are gonna be. I kind of laughed at this, but in an essence, like, does it actually could it be something? I'm not saying it's not, but to me, I feel it's like, it's kind of an overreach, but hey, you never know. So I was just going to show you guys that. So I guess another few interesting points that Jason may be a police officer is because in the leaked footage, now I can't show any leaked footage on this channel or on YouTube, because I will get a strike. I will get in trouble for it. But if you do look at the leaks, I'm sure you can find them if you look them up online. You can see that you can actually do police activity once you get in police cars. Because if you look at the leaks, like I said, I can't show them on here, but there's a mission that I think you start robbing a store or something like that. I think it was like a diner or some type of breakfast cafe. I forget the name of it on the top of my head, but if you pay attention, there's actually an option where you can actually do police work inside of the car. And you're actually, I don't recall you playing as Jason, but I do know it's an option in the thing. And there's also kind of another theory, because if you look at the actual like trailer, you can actually see that you're actually showing like body cam footage. So I know if you pay attention, it's actually part of the social media feature I guess Rockstar is bringing to the game. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that social media thing. I mean, some of the ideas are actually pretty crazy. Some are kind of speculating you could actually talk to people, kind of like, how you could go to like AI, like text chats and talk to AI and stuff like that, and bots. People are kind of like thinking it might be something like that, but I'm not really too sure. But anyways, onto the Jason topic. You can actually see body cams, and it looks phenomenal, honestly. And I don't really know if that kind of plays a role in the story, but it could. I'm not too sure. Like I said, it could be. Like, we just know that Rockstar's kind of putting a lot of effort into these like police kind of side things, like like the little details in the trailer. You can kind of see there's more police options to do for activities. You can see the body cams, you can see them swatting out a room. There's a whole lot of different police details that are actually in the trailer that we haven't really kind of unpacked a lot lately. I feel like a lot of people are missing the point or the details that Rockstar put in this trailer as far as like police. We do know we did see a police challenger. I think it was part of the highway patrol unit. We saw multiple different models of police cars, which isn't really unusual, but I just feel like there's more detail to the police side of things, which people have been asking for a long time. I know in GTA 4 you could do like police work and stuff, and I know in this recent GTA 5 online update there's actually an option where you could purchase like 3 different police cars, and that's kind of cool. So I think Rockstar might be onto something, and people might actually be thinking, you know, this is kind of why Jason, or people, this is why people are theorizing that Jason is actually a cop. And I don't know, I think it might be true. And even if, you know, the facts are pointing away from the fact that it might not be true, it's still kind of cool, like, to think, you know, what if, like, how badass would it be if Jason was actually a cop? Like, think about it. He falls in love with this girl. They robbing banks. He's actually behind the curtains as a police officer. He's gonna rat her out, and maybe Lucia kills him. Who knows? I don't know. It'd be a cool twist at the end if you could play a criminal and as a cop as lovers. And man, that would be absolutely crazy. I'm just so interested to see what else is more to this whole game. I think this game is going to be fantastic. Rockstar is a very good game developer. I think they're going to do a fantastic job. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think. I didn't really want to make this video too long. I just kind of like to think outside of the box a little bit, as I've been watching the trailer quite frequently. But yeah, guys, oh, and as far as the channel, I want to let you guys know that I am acoustic treating my room. So if you guys right now hear a lot of echo in the space, it kind of sounds a little echoey. You could kind of hear my voice bouncing off the walls a little bit, and it just doesn't really sound as good. You could kind of see, you know, you could hear the echoes when I talk a little bit louder. But yeah, I'm gonna put probably around 12 panels, you know, about 3 panels per wall. And I also might put some acoustic treatment on the ceiling to kind of keep the echoes from hitting the ceiling, because I do have a carpet in my room. But it's just gonna sound so much better in here. It's gonna sound more crisp, more detailed in my voice. And I am upgrading my mic eventually to the RE20. Fantastic dynamic microphone, and I really cannot wait to bring you guys a little bit more higher quality to this channel. Is I love making videos. I love techie stuff. I love microphones. I love audio equipment. I love camera equipment, lighting. I mean, this is what I like to do, even if, you know, I don't have a lot of followers or attention. I just like it. It's just who I am. But anyways, guys, sorry to ramble off too much. I don't want to ramble too much, but yeah, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. All your feedback is highly appreciated, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.